Yo, it's TheGIBBYNATR. In this video, I'm going to be covering the top 5 weapons in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But before we get into that, me and It's Lukey are doing a Modern Warfare giveaway. We're giving away a free copy, and all you have to do is go into the description, go to the link, follow the rules, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So every single year at the launch of Call of Duty, the first thing I do is go into private matches and use every single weapon. This allows me to determine which guns are the best, and I can go straight for them when I go into multiplayer. This year I've determined that Infinity Ward may have balanced the weapons as best as they possibly could, and this is probably the most balanced Call of Duty of all time. You can pretty much use any weapon in this game and do really well. So there aren't any real outliers that are super overpowered. There's maybe 10 guns that are super good that you can do well with. In this video, I'm going to cover my personal top 5, but I'm also going to give some others that are also really good, just as some honourable mentions. So it's more like a top 10, but I'm calling it a top 5. So I'm going to focus on the top 5 first. So getting straight into it, and you will notice the gameplay is against bots, and that's because the game's just come out and it would take me forever to unlock all of these weapons, and I want to get this video out to you as fast as possible so you can focus on getting these guns and then getting the attachments for them. So yeah, the first gun that I'm going to be ranking as the best gun in Call of Duty Modern Warfare is the M13 assault rifle. This gun is so good. It has a really high fire rate mixed with literally zero recoil if you pair it with the grip, and then it's got a fast aim down sight speed, and it's good at literally every single range. It's great at close range, it can outgun most SMGs. It's absolutely amazing and really shines at medium range. It is the best gun in the game at medium range for sure. And also you can mount people all the way across the map with this weapon since it has no recoil, and because it's an assault rifle, it's just great. And you can actually get the ammo up to 60 with extended mag, so 60 bullets in a mag. For ground war, that's great, you can get loads of kills with that. And the iron sights are really nice, so overall the weapon is just really nice to use. It's really fun, and you can pretty much, it's just so versatile, you can use any playstyle with this gun and you will do well. So that's my best weapon in Modern Warfare in my opinion. Moving on to the number 2 spot, I've gone with the PP19. Now all of you OG COD players will know that this gun was overpowered in the past, and it's overpowered right now as well. It has zero recoil, 84 bullets in a mag, it has the perfect iron sights, and it is really high damage. What more could you want in an SMG? You can mount people at close range, medium range you can kill them, and you can even challenge at long range. It's like a hybrid between an SMG and an assault rifle. It is honestly one of the funnest guns you can use in Call of Duty for just shredding and tearing up. This is going to be your main go-to gun for pub stomping, especially in a game mode like ground war. If you're in the buildings getting up close with lots of people, this is going to be the gun for you, just because of the ammo capacity and the no recoil, high damage. It's insane. I absolutely love this gun, and it is definitely my favorite SMG in the game by far, mainly because it is just so high damage that you just mount people with it. You just have to look at them for a few seconds, and because it's got no recoil, you literally just have to tap your trigger and they are dead. They just drop. So definitely give the PP19 a go. I'm sure all of you will love this gun and you won't regret using it. Moving on to the 3rd spot, we've got another SMG, and it's the Uzi. This is the first Call of Duty where I've actually really liked the Uzi. In every other COD, they've just been super difficult to use, really high recoil, and just awkward guns. However, in Modern Warfare, the Uzi is just a new gun. It has zero recoil if you put the right attachments on it, and it's got a good amount of ammo in the mag. It's got 50 bullets, which is good, slightly less than the PP19, which has 84, so that's mainly the reason I'm putting it below. But honestly, On paper, the PP19 and Uzi are literally like the same gun, just reskinned and with different amounts of bullets in the mags. Like, they both have 0 recoil, they both are high damage, and they just absolutely shred people. I think the fire rate may differ like slightly between them, but honestly, you won't notice it. You'll see in the gameplay in the background that they both just are laser beams and absolutely melt people. And you'll see that's my like 3 common themes throughout these top three guns, is that they're all laser beams, but they have pretty high fire rates, which is really unusual for guns in Call of Duty. Normally the high fire rate guns are the ones that recoil loads and are like unusable, but for some reason these 3 guns are just absolutely godly and have 0 recoil, which I'm not going to complain about. But it seems as though there's like a good amount of guns like this in this game, so it's not really like these guns are overpowered, because a lot of the guns are the same as well. Moving on to the 4th spot, we've got an assault rifle again. So we've got the Kilo. The Kilo is basically a remake of the ACR from the past Call of Duties, and it's just as good. It is really nice. The iron sights are a bit different to previous Call of Duties, but they're still usable, they're still quite clean. It's got great accuracy. It does jump around a little bit, but honestly, you can easily compensate for it. Just practice with it and you'll learn the recoil pattern and you'll become a god with it, no problem. And it's the ACR, what do I have to say? Like, obviously it's going to be in the top 5 best guns. It feels nice, it's got a lot of bullets in the magazine with extended mags. You can get it up to 100, which is insane in this Call of Duty. So you can turn it into a bloody LMG if you want to, which is actually really fun to do. So I highly recommend you do it, especially in ground war. This is going to be overpowered. And especially if you put like stopping power rounds on with the extended mags with 100 bullets, you can just mow people down, and it is just so fun to use. So give that a go and I'm sure you'll have a great time. And then moving on to the 5th and final spot of my top 5, I'm going with the AK-47. And so there's the AK-47 and the SCAR in this game, which are really high damage assault rifles, and it was really tough to pick between which one to include in the top 5. And at the end of the day, it came down to which one had the most bullets in the mag. Literally, they're kind of the same weapon in terms of damage, like they both just melt people, but it's just different mag sizes. So unfortunately with the SCAR, you only can get a maximum of 30 bullets in the magazine, which just isn't enough if you're an aggressive player getting constant kills. It's just not going to work out for you. However, with the AK-47, you can get up to 75. You can put a drum mag on it, which is so good. And if you pair this weapon up with all of the anti-recoil attachments like the operator grip, some stocks, you can really get this weapon to a controllable level. I know a lot of people don't like the AK-47 due to the amount of recoil that it's got, but trust me, use the class setup to optimize the like decreasing the recoil, and you will love using this gun. You can literally, with a bit of compensation with your right stick as well, you can just laser beam with this weapon, and because of the high damage, you just mount them. And this is like, I'm talking up close you mount people, across the map you mount people, so it is a really versatile weapon. However, the aim down sight speed kind of sucks, which is why it is at the bottom. If this had like similar ADS speeds to the M13, then it would be insanely good. However, it is very slow. I think that's a lot to do with the fact that you have to put so many foregrips and stocks on to actually make the recoil controllable. But I mean, if you can control the recoil with none of that stuff on, then this could potentially be the best weapon in the game for you. So definitely give the AK-47 a go, practice with it, find the attachments that work for you, and I assure you, you'll mount with it. So going on to my honourable mentions, so kind of the next 5, 6, I don't know how many weapons that are also really good in this game that you should be using as well. Just to make you aware of them, it's not just using these 5 guns that is going to make you a good player. You can use a lot, and that's what's great about this game, because you're not going to get bored. You can use lots of different guns and do well with them, which is honestly the best thing in Call of Duty, because that's the #1 reason I get bored, is because every year the meta always means that you have to use 3 specific guns, maybe even 2, and the game just gets boring. However, this year there's going to be a lot of guns that you can be using and still getting 6 streaks. So First on my honorable mentions is the M4A1. This is like the third assault rifle that you unlock. It's really good. It was in the beta. One of my favorite guns in the game for sure. It's got very little recoil, and it's just your look like bog standard assault rifle that's just reliable, consistent, and you can just, yeah, those words just sum it up perfectly. I'm not going to say anything more about it. And then moving on, we've got the Scar, which I did mention. It's just a shame about the 30 bullets in the magazine. It really is. If you could get 45 bullets in a mag, it would be top 5, I reckon. But yeah, for some reason, they've capped it at 30. Probably because it would be OP, but it's like the Scar, the iron sights are so sexy, and that's the reason I've always loved the Scars. But never mind, this year it's just going to have to be further down on my list. However, I will use it a lot still because it's just a Scar and I love Scars. So moving on, I've also put the MP5 down. The MP5 is a great gun, another awesome SMG, but honestly it doesn't compete at all with the PP19 and Uzi just because of their lack of recoil. Like, it doesn't exist. With the MP5 there's barely any recoil, but with the PP19 and Uzi there just is no recoil, which just means that it wins and tops the MP5 no problem. Moving on, I've got other SMGs as well. So the P90 is actually really good. Unfortunately, you can't put extended mags on it, so the amount of bullets that are in it are just capped at that amount of bullets. If you could put extended mags in it and get it up to 100 bullets, then that would be competitive, right, for the top 5 spot for sure, because it is a really good gun. Nice iron sights, no recoil, and yeah, it's just a great gun. And then you've got the MP7 as well. MP7 just standard again, reliable, great gun at medium range. So if you're kind of player that likes a low recoil gun and plays a lot of mid-range gunfights, then the MP7 is definitely one to use. And the last weapon on my honorable mentions list is the FR 5.56, which is kind of like the FAMAS from older Call of Duties, and it is godly when it's just the one burst kills with this gun that are insane. Personally, I prefer full auto guns, but this weapon, if you're a burst lover, then this would be in your top 5 weapons for sure. It is godly. You get one burst kills for days. It's great at long range. However, it does kick quite a lot. I'm not going to lie, it does kick quite a lot. So you do have to put like a foregrip on it. And the iron sights low-key suck. Well, high-key suck. They are awful. I hate the iron sights on that weapon. So you have to use like a red dot on it. But yeah, that's been my top 5 weapons with some honorable mentions. Let me know down below in the comments if you agree with me. And let me know if there's any guns that you think I should try that I haven't mentioned on this list. Personally, I think they're the best guns in the game and I will stick to using them most of the time. However, I may like branch out and use some of the LMGs or like the FAL sometimes. But other than that, these are the guns I can rely on to do well most of the time and I will have fun with them. Make sure you enter the giveaway. There's a link in the description down below. It takes you to a tweet and then you just have to follow a few rules and you'll be entered into the giveaway. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more tips and tricks videos like this. It's been TheGIBBYNATR and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.